If you look ultra mega close, because an area like this is kind of where things went down.
Move out of the way! We got big problems! Officers, let's go! Oh, God!
You guys can see that Franklin, well, my main character, is standing right in front of the medical center, the hospital, the emergency receiving unit. But if you look closely, you can see that this hospital is kind of boarded up. That's well because this is massively into the future. And you guys clicked on this video for what happened to Franklin's real mother. The hospital may be a little bit of a hint, but guys, this is not a story I made up, okay? Drop a like and subscribe down below, and prayers for Franklin's entire family. Hanging out with old men, ignoring your homies, acting all superior, your mama would turn over in her grave, boy. Now, that is a quote from Aunt Denise, which is who Franklin Clinton lives with, or lived with. Denise Clinton to Franklin Clinton regarding his mother in the Mission Hood Safari. Franklin Clinton's mother is an unseen character in Grand Theft Auto 5. And we all know this house that Franklin's in front of. This is, well, what I used to think was his Aunt Denise's house, but it's actually Franklin's house. As a kid, he grew up in this house, and his Aunt Denise came over here. So it turns out this is Franklin's house, not Aunt Denise's, all right? And every time he's around her, he says, my house. Now it all makes sense. Now this is, like I said, this is not, what the heck? Yo, why is there spikes sticking up through the... Okay, I don't know. But Aunt Denise here just lives with me. She must have been homeless or something. But I know you guys want to get into the true story of what happened. And this is when it takes us back to being a kid. This is way back in the day, guys. You can see that I use a time traveler, and I'm kind of invincible. And look who it is. It's me. This is Franklin. And I'm kind of bopping out to some music. I think it's a normal day. But see, I ain't going home because ain't nobody there, all right? This might be my house, but nobody's there. I ain't seen my mom in weeks. I live here all alone. No one's... Well, my Aunt Denise does take care of me. But you might be asking yourself, what happened to my mom? See, this is just a younger me. Let me explain. I decided to show you a younger Franklin, aka me, because an area like this is kind of where things went down. She is the sister of Denise Clinton, which is my aunt. Little else is known about her, but according to Franklin, she was a drug addict, okay? My mom was a drug addict, okay? You might think that's how she died. And well, I may not have been telling you guys all the truth. This is the last location I see my mom, okay? Or Franklin's mom. This is the last place. You can put things together on what actually happened here. And that's why I'm kind of here, reminiscing on, well, my mom, my mother. And well, my Aunt Denise, well, she's not here right now, kicked my mom out of her own house. It makes no sense, okay? This is where we had a lot of arguments. Okay, she cleaned her bed off and everything. That's my future room. You guys just might not be understanding the full story right now. This is me as a kid. This is my house as a kid. And then I moved out and became rich from robbing banks. I've lied to you about some of the story. I don't really want to tell you guys what really happened to my mom. Guess I have no choice. I hate this place for that one reason only. My Aunt Denise is not here, so I can reveal. Don't forget, this is my childhood. About 2 years after that, she was acting very weird, barely seeing her around. My Aunt Denise started taking things over. And well, this led to a lot of violence in Franklin's childhood. You can see what I started with a pistol. You know, nobody wants their mom to go through what I went through. So then I just started shooting people. Then I needed the car. Get out the car, cuz. Hey, what you looking at? That guy, that person. But see, things got really even way worse than this. I stole cars. This is the first car. And when I stole them, I just stole them to steal them, then to wreck them into other people's cars. Next thing you know, I'm blowing cars up. Next thing you know, after that, the cops are after me. Yeah, the po-po. But that didn't stop nothing. That didn't stop Franklin from pursuing his life as a vigilante, as a criminal. And then the cops, I don't care about the cops. Nothing matters anymore. Yeah, I missed that, I know. Goodbye, buddy. Explosion. Explosion. Like I said, guys, things went really down south. I'm blowing cars up. I'm killing people. And after, the numerous times of escaping the cops, well, I ran people over, wrecked into more cars. And well, this is where kind of the entire thing started. Ooh, God. Yeah, you can see I'm kind of dangerous. Yeah, I flew out of the car, and then that kind of hurt. But that brings us to the Pacific Standard Deposit Bank, something I robbed. Okay, that's where I started everything. Yeah, I almost killed myself wrecking my stolen car into the bank. So I needed to peek this place out. Yeah, don't worry, we're getting back to the crazy story, but I needed to peek this place out, see what's going on. Hey, I wanted to open an account. She said no, so I hit a random lady. What I'm trying to get at here, guys, is I just got stabbed by a full-grown man. And that kind of set me off the deep end. I didn't care anymore. Killed person, people, everyone. I quickly realized after what was going on with my mom, nothing's gonna stop me from taking this city and put it into my back pocket and my bank account. I'm gonna own every part of this city and every dollar in it. Then one day I was riding my bike. Clearly, all by myself because my Aunt Denise does not care about me. She only wanted to use me for my house. That my mom... Never mind. You guys get the point. I just ride my bike, being a kid, bopping out to some music. All right, this is back in the day. You're gonna see shortly the future of... Never mind. And I kept riding and I kept riding. It got late in the day, and then I ran across a bunch of people in the sewer area of GTA 5, like this guy, that guy. What the heck? Okay, I don't remember floating tents, but more importantly, my mom. Out of her mind. You can see she's still alive, but she's barely alive. I don't know why she's here, why she's homeless. She could have lived in the garage. She could have lived in the house. You see why I'm freaking out right now? Mom! This was the past. All this has already happened. And then I had to call the police. Save my mom, please! But saving her may just be too late. It may just be way too late.
Jesus Christ, I can't believe we got a 4333! Oh my God! It's actually not even that crazy, but I'm a rush anyways, alright? It's another one of the ones. Alright, I think it's Franklin's mama. And, well, Franklin, this is his entire city. Move out of the way! We got big problems! Officers, let's go! Ah, oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, my God, I can't believe this has happened! Just right over here, right over here. We gotta save the day. Oh, my door's gone. Ah! Oh, gosh! This is not good. 43, 36, 37. It's not a good code to be having on a day like this. It's rainy, my car's destroyed, and all I need to do, me, Tom, save Franklin's mama.
So long story short, the cops came and got my mom. I, a young kid, stole this car from somebody's grandpa, and I had to rush. I had to rush and rush and rush until ultimately I almost crashed this car. Oh! Yeah, this was very dangerous, but I had to get to the hospital and make sure my mom was okay. I tried to listen for the sirens. I didn't know where they went. I didn't know how to get to the hospital. I was running red lights. Things were dangerous for me, and ultimately, my mom's in the hospital about to die. And the good news is, oh God, I did hit somebody. That's not the good news. I finally rolled up to the hospital. And don't forget, I'm in a stolen car as a child, and I decided to turn because I'm freaking out. I don't know what drove me to do this, but I crashed inside of the hospital. This was just the story of how I got there. But all this has a much deeper story. My mom and the car that I stole are inside of this hospital right here, which may be the end of a lot of things that I knew at this age. As I'm walking through here, this is the part where I should maybe tell you something else. Don't forget, I'm still a kid. This is way, way back in Franklin's childhood. I knew something bad happened in this hospital. I don't know what it was, and I'm starting to think these guys out here were not real doctors. I don't know much about that, but I do know one thing. My mom is laid out on this hospital bed, and hopefully these guys can save her. With what she's been through and she's been doing, I don't think anything can save her. Because look at her. I knew when I see her on the bike, I called the cops, I knew something bad was gonna happen. Remember, she was a drug addict? She died at an unknown point in time. Well, I'm pretty sure it was when I was a kid. I just don't want to remember that. Prior to the events of Grand Theft Auto 5, with Franklin living at a house on Forum Drive, Strawberry, with Denise. Yep. I don't know how else to tell you this. My mom died in this abandoned hospital because she was a drug addict. If you want to know the story of my dad, Franklin's dad, you're going to have to drop a like, subscribe down below, and let me know in the comments below. Because I'll definitely explain that. It just is a lot worse than this. And not as sad. Well, it's kind of sad. Drop a like, I'll see you guys in the next video. Prayers for my mom.